Okay, nice. Yeah. So let me say a very good morning to all of you. Yeah, nice meeting you guys here once again. Today we are going to um, start with scanning networks. Yeah, and in scanning networks. Okay, so before that, let me see. I have to share my screen so that all of you can see the screen. Okay, fine. Somewhere. So now is the screen visible? Can you guys see my slides? And then if you can see the slides, is it moving? Can you guys hear me? Wow. Can you guys hear me, please?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, so can you see my slide? Is it moving?
So we can see you share the screen, but then no slide presentation.
Okay, give me some time. Okay. I'm coming. Let me see how I see this. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, so I don't know whether you guys. Yeah, I think it's visible now. So I guess you guys can see the slides now,
Yes, sir.
and it is moving. I can see it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so today we'll be talking about the second stage of ethical hacking, which is scanning. Yeah. We have done reconnaissance. We have gotten some information. For example, we have gotten some domain names. We have gotten some IPs. And now we want to scan. We want to connect with the target and then scan to get additional information so that it can enable us to successfully gain access into the system. Yeah. In the course of this lecture, I am going to explain what network scanning concepts are. When we say scanning, what we usually do there. We are going to look at some various network scanning tools. We are going to see some demonstrations of how you are able to detect whether there is a host online or the host is even offline. We are going to do port scanning. We are going to do operating system scanning, and then we are going to build on that to also try to scan by doing something that we call firewall walking, and then intrusion detection penetration systems evading. So sometimes when you are scanning and then there are security implementations, you cannot scan. The security implementation mechanisms and tools will prevent you from scanning. So when you scan, it will not work. So when it happens like that, we have a particular way of scanning. That's we are going to look at that in next week. Next week, this same time, we are going to have this session to be able to complete the scanning phase of hacking, because it is a very important thing. That is why I opted that we should have the online lecture to explain this slide for you guys to see. Yeah, so today we'll talk about network concepts, scanning concepts, some network tools. We'll talk about host discovery. We'll talk about post discovery. We'll talk about operating system discovery. We'll talk about service discovery. So that is what we are going to do today. Yeah, when we say we are scanning networks, basically we are scanning network to identify whether the host is online. And if it is online, do we have some open ports? What are the ports that are open? What are the ports that are closed? I hope you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So if you can hear me, yeah, we are scanning the network to find IPs on the network. And when we find the IPs, what ports are open? What ports are closed? What services are running on the port? Because we can hack through open ports only. How does the port system work? Every machine has about 65,535 ports open. Those are logical connections that enable other devices to connect with your device. So these logical connections, they are like windows to a room. So when you are entering into a room, you mostly use the main gate, right? Are you guys there?
Yes, sir.
You mostly use the main gate. The main gate is when you enter your usernames and then your passwords, and then you enter into the system. Apart from that, you can also use the windows to the room to enter into the room. So the ports are like the windows through which we can enter into the room. Mostly because the main gate are mostly secured, thieves will not like to use the main gate. They like to use the windows, and the windows are known as the ports. Now, the windows are made up of certain materials. What materials are those? Is it fragile or it is very strong? Those will be known as the services. Yeah. So in network scanning, we are not really interested in anything, but we are interested in hosts, we are interested in IPs, we are interested in open ports, we are interested in services that are running on the port. We can also connect with the target and scan the operating system that the target is running. These things help us to find vulnerabilities that are associated with the target, and then through that vulnerability, we go and look for its exploits to come and explore what? The target. So whenever you are on a network, I can sweep the network IP to find your IP, and then I decide to scan that particular IP to get open port services that are running, your operating system that you are using. Because when you are attacking a Windows operating system, the payload you generate to attack is different. The way you attack it is different. When you are attacking Linux, the way you attack it is also different. That is how some operating systems are more secured than the others. I don't know whether you guys are following, you guys are beginning to understand the network concept that I'm explaining to you guys. You need to respond so that I will know that you guys, you've not left your devices there, and then yeah, you are doing any other thing. Okay, so I'm seeing some signs. Okay, fine. Yeah. So these are the things that we sought to do. Yeah. In scanning, we use something that we call flags. Okay. We use something that we call flags. We have agent flag, we have finish flag, we have reset flag, we have push flag, we have acknowledgement flag, and then we have send flag. Normally, when a device is about to connect with each other, they send flag. So for example, let me proceed here. A flag will be sent to your device, and then your device has to acknowledge the flag. The first flag that is sent to a device in order to connect with the device is called a synchronized flag or a syn flag. This will initiate the connection. And then when your device accepts the connection, your device will also forward another flag, which is called acknowledgement flag, back to my device. And then my device will know that, oh, your device has accepted the handshake. And then it will also forward an acknowledgement back to your device again to know that to signify, to tell your device that it has accepted his acknowledgement. So we have this, and then we call it 3 handshakes and then 4 handshakes. When you meet somebody at an occasion, you shake the person's hand in order to connect with the person, right? I believe that is what we all do. So you send a syn pack to the person. The person also will bring his hand. The person will accept the syn and then will also send acknowledgement to you. And now you all will accept, and then there is now a connection between you guys. When there is going to be a termination, that is how it also works. In termination, we use finish, which is called a finish flag. So the device will send a finish flag to your device. Your device will accept the finish flag and then acknowledge it. And then your device will also send a finish flag to my device. And my device will also send an acknowledgement to your device. So this is happening between 2 devices. For example, we have a client here. We have a server here. Yeah. A client is somebody who is accessing a service. And then a server is somebody who is providing a service. So we can have one computer accessing a particular resource on a service, and then we can have another computer providing a service to another computer, another client, or maybe a browser or a user or something like that. I don't know whether you guys are following this. Is it okay? Can I continue?
So you're moving fast a bit.
Oh, okay. So I should take my time. Okay. But did you understand the 3 handshakes? How the device connect to each other?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Somebody is now connecting. Let me try and add the person. Okay. Yeah, so if it is like that, fine. Yeah. People are now connecting. This is what I didn't want to happen, because I wanted all to start. Yeah, Benes, how are you? Those who just joined, I hope everybody is fine. I'm not hearing from those who joined though. I'm not hearing from you. I don't know whether you can hear from me. I intentionally ask you that so that I can know your audio systems are working correctly.
Yes, sir. Sir, we are doing well.
Okay.
Sir, please, we can hear you.
Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, so we can continue now. Yeah. So those who just joined, I am explaining the networking concepts, and then I am explaining how devices connect together. And then when they connect together, the things that happen, that is what I am trying to explain to you guys. Yeah. We are scanning a network because we want to discover operating systems that are online. We want to discover IPs that are online. We want to discover hosts that are online. We want to discover open ports and closed ports that are online. We want to discover the services that are running on every machine. That is why we are doing network scanning. The reason for doing network scanning is to gather more information about our target, and then it can also give us a vulnerability. And then if we know that, oh, this port is open, this vulnerability is there, then it means we can attack the system. So yesterday, I did not explain all the concept behind the attack that I did. Said, please, can you share the PPT with us? Yes, I will share. Okay, let me share it right now. Of course, I will share. Alongside as we follow. Okay, fine. No problem. Let me share it right now. Managing information risk. Second batch, please. Someone should allow me in. Okay, fine. So let me share the slides to you guys now because somebody is asking for it. Okay. Lecture slides. Scanning. Okay. Let it load and then I'll push it to you guys. Okay, fine. Oh. Okay. So I don't know whether, okay, still loading. Okay, so I think it's fine. Yeah, I think you guys have it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can proceed. Yeah. So this is happening. Network scanning is happening because we want to get additional information about our target, and then we can be able to explore the target to gain access into the target. Yeah. So when a device is connecting to one another, it sends some of these flags. And when a device is disconnecting from one another, it is called transfer control protocol communication flags. They are flags. So when a device is connecting with another device, it will send send flag, synchronize flag. And then after that, when the device receives the synchronized flag, that device will also forward an acknowledgement flag. Okay, you will see these things when we install Wireshark, and then we ping the systems trying to connect with the system, and then you will see the packet flowing like that in the Wireshark when we do the practical aspect of it. Now, when the device connects and then it receives the send flag, it also sends acknowledgement flag back to the device that sent the send flag. And the device that sent the send flag will also respond by sending acknowledgement flag, and then they will all connect together. Now, when the device has connected together, and then the device want to terminate the connection from each other, it sends what is called finish flag, fin flag. When it sends, so when you are disconnecting yourself from a network, this is what happened, but you will not see it. Yeah, it will send a fin flag, and then the other machine will receive the fin flag, and then it will send acknowledgement flag, and then the acknowledgement flag will be received by my machine, and my machine will also forward a fin flag, and that machine will also acknowledge back, and then the communication will be terminated. So that is what is happening here in this diagram. You guys don't have to worry so much about this, because when we are doing the practical section, we will talk about all these things, and all these things will be done practically for you to understand. But just that theoretically, I have to explain for you to understand the concept behind it. I hope you guys are following me, and I hope you guys are listening.
Sir.
Do you have a question? Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay, then we can continue. Yeah. So scanning tools, we have a lot of scanning tools. As an ethical hacker, there is a tutorial of tools, scanning tools that are available for you, and then you can use. You can use a lot of them. Okay, so I am going to present a lot of them to you. After that, you look at one, and then you will make it your favorite tool, your favorite scanning tool. So, but you have to use them so that you look at it. For example, me, Nmap is my favorite tool. Okay, yeah. For example, my supervisor, for him, Nasus is his favorite scanning tool. So I'll present to you a number of tools, and then you guys will work with it. The ones that you think it gives you good information and you like it, then you stick to that one, and then you master that one as your scanning tool. Okay, so you can master one or two or three, and then you use those ones to do your scanning as an ethical hacker. So this is a scanning tool. This is an Nmap interface. Okay, this is specifically a desktop Nmap. It is called ZenMap. You guys are going to install it in class, and then you guys are going to use it. So with scanning tools, you can never forget Nmap. Another scanning tool that will be presented to you, and it is in your manual, is called HPink3. HPink3 is also another scanning tool. You can use it to discover a network, clients. You can use it to discover ports. You can use it to discover operating system. You can use it to discover services that are running and all that. Apart from Nmap, yeah, we have HPink3. Some of the hping commands is what you are seeing here in this slide right now. And then when we begin to use it, these are some of the commands that you are going to use. Okay, for example, when you are just pinging the system to see whether you are connected with the system, you type hping3 tac1 and then you put the IP address of the system that you are doing what? Pinging. For example, if you want to collect initial sequence number, if you want to do an acknowledgement scan and all that, all the commands, they are here. So these commands, we are going to practice some of them, not all of them. All of them, you have to do it. But some of them will be able to cover in class. Yeah. So apart from NetMap and then hping3, we have Metasploit. We have a lot of scanners in Metasploit also. For that one, there are plenty. Yeah, we have scanners for scanning RDP. We have scanners for scanning HTTP protocols, the internet protocol. We have a lot of them in Metasploit framework. I am going to introduce the Metasploit framework for you guys. It has a lot of payload embedded in it. And I know Samson was telling me he started using it to try to get access to a phone and all that. I am going to formally teach you guys that, yeah, and all. Apart from Nmap, hping3, Metasploit scanners, we have NetScanner 2 Pro. NetScanner 2 Pro, that one is also there. We have, apart from that, this is the interface of hping3, some of the scannings that I did, and I screenshot some of them, and then it is here in the slide for you guys to see the interfaces and all that. Yeah. There are additional tools. In fact, we have SX, we have Unicorn scanners, we have SolarWing Spot scanners, we have PRTG network monitors, we have OmniPic. The scanning tools are plenty. So, for example, if you want to use a Unicorn scan, you can find it at sourceforge.net. The sites are provided here. Yeah, and you guys are supposed to use some of these tools. The one that is good for you, then you stick to it. Apart from the network mobile phone scan, apart from the scanning tools for computers, specifically mobile phones too, we have some specific tools. IP scanners, Think scanners, network scanners. There are a lot of them. I just listed 3 here, but there are a lot of them. So enough of the scanning tools. Let me move to host discovery. When a computer is online and then you are scanning it, how will you know the computer is online? You want to hack a computer. If you want to hack it on a network or you want to hack it on the internet, you don't want to hack it through the person sitting behind it. You don't want to go to the premises and hack it, but you want to hack it on the internet or you want to hack it on the network. How do you know whether it is online or offline? Because if it is offline, you cannot hack it through on the network or on the internet. I hope you guys are aware of that.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to hack it on the network or you want to hack it on the internet, then that computer must be online. So how do you know the computer is online? We have certain scanners that we use. We have certain scan commands that we use in order to discover whether the host is online. So when we scan it, it will tell us, oh, maybe host is online. Oh, maybe host is not online. Host is online. Host is not. Host is offline. Host is not reachable at this moment. So you have to get that information. Make sure the host is online or not online before you can attempt to do further scans. So after you sweep, you get into the network. You have to sweep IPs, find IP, then you scan a particular IP to see whether it is online or it is not online. It being online, we use address resolution ping protocol, ping scan, user datagram protocol ping scan, internet control message protocol ping scan, TCP and then IP internet protocol and all that. I will explain these things and then we will do it practically in class so that you guys see it. You don't have to worry yourself so much, but I want you guys to understand the concept behind this. How to discover your host. These are some of the scans that we use. For example, if you use an RDP ping scan, you want to find where the computer is located. And so we have specific, okay, let me maximize this for you guys to see. For example, when you are doing ARP ping scan and you are using Nmap, this is the specific command that you will enter. Nmap space dash SN space dash PR. This is the command that you will enter, and then the response that you get from the command will be ARP response, host is active or host is not active. So you are testing to see whether the host is available online and then you can reach it or not, or it is not there. Yeah, there are some advantages that are associated with each of these scan techniques that we use, and then you can read them. For example, we have more efficient and accurate than other discovery techniques. Useful for system discovery. We just want to find whether the system is online or not. UDP scan is also here. ICP Echo Ping scan is also here. We are going to do these things practically for you guys to see, but I have to introduce it to you theoretically so that you guys start thinking about it and start to do what? Try to understand some of these things. Can I proceed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, a typical example of an echo scan, ICP-MP echo scan. Yeah, this is the interface. This is a ZenMap. I will make you guys install a ZenMap. Can you guys see host is up, host is up, host is up? Can you guys see for different IPs? This one we are scanning for different IPs and IP range. So the IP I entered in the system was 10.10.1.5-24. So we are scanning a subnet max. Any IP that is on the network that is on, it is able to tell us straight. This IP is on, this IP is on. So from these IPs that are on, I can choose to attack them one after the other. I attack this because these ones are on. How can you know when you use these particular scanning techniques to scan the network or to scan a particular IP? For example, if I'm not scanning the whole subnet max, I can scan only one IP to make sure whether it is online or not. If it is online, yes, then I can attack it. I know it is online. If it is not online, then obviously I cannot attack it through what? The digital surface. I cannot attack it on the internet or on the network. I have to go there physically, or I have to try and manipulate the one who is sitting behind it in order to get access to it. Yeah, so these things you are going to do it, and you yourself, the computers that will be on the network, you will see whether it is online or not. You yourself will give me the feedback. Yeah, so this is a typical example of an ARP scan in ZenMap. You are going to install ZenMap. ZenMap is a desktop version for Nmap. Okay, so Nmap, we usually use them a lot in Linux environment, but this is a Windows desktop version for Nmap. It is called ZenMap. Yeah, so these are some of the, so for example, this is ARP, this is Echo. Yeah, and then you can be able to see whether the hosts they are up or not. This is how you do host discovery. The host discovery. Yeah. Apart from Nmap, you can use Angry IP Scanner. to also do these things. Yeah, that is why I am saying that the network scanning tools are plenty. Okay, so you use them, and the one that you like, you stick to them. Apart from that, you can use SolarWinds, you can use NetScan Tools Pro, you can use Colasoft Pin Tools, you can use Visual Pin Testers, a lot of them. A lot of them, yeah. Okay. Yeah, a lot of scanning tools here. Yeah, you can start to, check them out one by one, but we are going to do them in the class. Can we proceed? Is host discovery okay? Can I proceed to port and service discovery?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, port and service discovery. Now we have discovered that, our host is on. We can attack it. So how can we get the ports that are open? Because we know that we can hack through only open ports and services. Yeah. So to know the ports are open, every port has its own number. Every port has its own number. Domain name system port 53, HTTP 80, HTTPS is 443. For example, yesterday I performed an attack in class, and that attack is known as a remote desktop protocol attack. The port through which that attack occurs is 3389. So I can scan the network to find a particular host, which is an IP, and after that I do port scanning to see how many ports are open, what ports are open. The moment I see port 3389 open, it means I can perform remote desktop protocol attack. So the port and the port numbers tells you which attacks that you can perform. So there are a lot of them. The port numbers, they are plenty. In fact, we have about 65,535 ports. That is the number of ports that you have. As an ethical hacker, you cannot memorize all these things. Yeah, so you have them as a documentation sitting down, so that when you scan any IP and then you find some port, you can quickly check what port it is. But if you have been doing this for a long time, the moment you see the number, you are able to see the port, that you are able to know the ports. Yeah. So that is it. So in port scanning techniques too, we have some techniques that we use. We have TCP scanning techniques, user datagram protocol techniques, SCTP, SSDP, and then IPv6 techniques also. So in port scanning and then in service discovery, sometimes you want to discover the services in addition to the open ports, because the services will tell you, the attack, the payload that you should generate. So in port scanning, we have a lot of them, and if you are using Nmap, these are the specific commands that you are going to perform. We have XMAT scanning, XMAT tree scanning, Stealth scanning, we have inverse TCP flag scannings, we have Maimon scanning. All of them, there are plenty. I think Maimon is also here. Yeah, Fin scanning, and then now scanning, and then Maimon scanning. So these are some of the scanning techniques we use to discover the ports that are open and the services that are open. And this one, they have the advantages and then they are disadvantages. And then when you use a particular scanning techniques, there is a response that it gives you. For example, Fin scan techniques in Nmap, you do Nmap space slash small s capital F space slash V, and then you put your IP address there, and then you send the probe, the Fin packet, and the response that you can get is port is open, port is closed. So these ones will help you to know whether the ports are open, whether the ports are closed, or the ports are even filtered or half open. So when you can only hack, I have been saying that you can only hack through open port. Yeah, somebody was saying that I was speeding up. I don't know whether it is okay because I try to slow down. I don't know whether it is okay. Let me fall back you guys and then see whether everything is good there. Yeah, so somebody was saying I was speeding up. I don't know whether it is okay for you. Yeah. And somebody has joined through a mobile. Please, can you mute your mic because there is a background noise. Last number 66. Can you mute your mic, please?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So I said somebody was saying I was speeding up. I don't know whether it is okay for you.
It's okay.
Okay, fine. Okay. Snip. Okay, so we can continue now. Yeah. So in Mmap, yeah, we after discovering the host, yeah, you have to also perform port scanning techniques to be able to discover the open port. We are going to do all these things practically, yeah, in the hacking process. Yeah. So for example, when you are doing port scanning, this is the result from Nmap interface. Okay. This is the result for Nmap interface. For example, we are seeing that, can you see down here, discovered open port 445. Discovered open port 135. Discovered open port 3389. Can you guys see it? Discovered open port 80, port 139. So all these things indicate, okay, a particular thing. I was telling you guys 3389 means you can do a remote desktop protocol attack. So right now you guys are finding difficulties with it, but when you begin to do it, when you begin to practice it, when immediately you see it, you'll be able to know what it means. Yeah. Are you guys following? Are you guys following?
Sir.
Yeah. You are following. Is everything fine? Let me hit back and see whether they have left the devices or they are following. Let me call some specific names. Benis, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. What about Adorable?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, Mr. Victor, are you there? Mr.
Samuel.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, we can continue. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so let's continue. Yeah. So this is for port scanning. Yeah, and this is to give you the port numbers, and then you can be able to guess or know the attack that you should perform. So for example, on my screen, you can see right now the open port. We have scanned with open port, and then we have services that are running. So for example, when you take port 21, that is FTP, yeah, file transfer protocol, yeah, and it is open, and then we have specific payloads that we generate for open port for services like file transfer protocol. And because now we know the port is open, and it is running a file transfer protocol, we can generate a payload to attack that machine through this port using this particular service, the file transfer protocol. Because the machine is using port 21 to do what? To serve files to other clients or other network on the machine. Yeah. So these are port scanning techniques. These are port scanning types and all that. After discovering your host, you have to discover the ports also. Yeah. After discovering the ports and then the services, you have to discover the operating system that your target is using. The targeted machine that you want to hack, what operating system is it using? Because the way you attack Linux system is different from the way you attack Mac, and it is different from the way you attack Windows, Fedora, Ubuntu, Red Hat, Backtrack 5, Android, or even BlackBerry. All these operating systems, we have different ways of attacking them. So one of the ways that can help you to attack the operating system is doing an operating system scan. So we have something that we call TTL, that is time to live. For example, when you ping machines, okay, when you ping machines, for example, let me do some small demonstration for you guys to see. I hope you guys are seeing my screen. Let me do command prompt. Let me do command prompt and then ping. Let me ping, for example, Google DNS. Oh, no, not Google DNS. Can I ping any system? Let me try to find Amazon, any Amazon website online. Amazon server. Let me see whether I'll find any Amazon server. Let me use Sensors. Let me use Sensors search engine. Nene, you are welcome.
Erasmus.
Yeah, I hope you are doing good. Yesterday we were not able to see you.
Yeah, yesterday was a little tight for me.
Okay, I hear. Okay, fine. Yeah. So we are talking about network scanning, and we are talking about how you can discover IPs on a network, how you can target one IP, how you can scan to know open ports and services in the IP. When you get the port, what does the port indicate? What operating system are running in those specific machines? Because all these things will give you an idea to generate a payload in order to attack the machine. So that is what we are going through now. And
what are you using, Nmap or Wireshark or what?
Yes, so right now in class I would like us to use Nmap, because myself I like using Nmap, but I have talked about a lot of scanning tools like Unicorn scanners, like Nasos scanners, like SX, like HP3, and there are a lot of them, including mobile phone scanners. I have talked about them, but in class we are going to use mostly Nmap.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to find a server online and try to ping the server online and see whether I'll get some TTLs to explain what the TTL indicates in terms of operating system for you guys. Yeah. So let me see Amazon. Let me see whether I'll find any Amazon server online. Okay, so yes, I can find some servers. So I have one server here. Control C. Now ping. Let me try to ping this and then see whether I can reach it. I'm not reaching it. Okay. Just a small demonstration for you guys. Ping. Let me leave this. Yeah, it's okay, it's fine. We will do it in class. So you let me leave it. Yeah, but the TTLs, I don't know whether I have made you guys ping any system that you got some TTLs. Let me proceed on this. Okay, these are Zane scans and all that. Auxiliary scanners. Oh, why am I still? Okay, I'm coming. Okay. Yeah. So I was talking about the time to leave scanners, the TTL scanners. Normally when you ping a system, it will return giving you TTL equals something. You receive TTL equals something. For example, if you ping a system and then the system responds with TTL, for example, 64. 64 indicates that the system that is responding to you is a Linux system. When you receive 128, 128 is telling you that it is what? A Windows system. Okay? So the TTLs, sometimes we do TTL scans, which is operating system scans, to be able to find out a particular operating system that is running on a particular machine. Yeah. So apart from that too, we can use Nmap to Zenmap, okay, to also do that. And for example, we have here, when you do, for example, you use Nmap to do a service scan, and then you add -v. -v means verbose scan, which gives you a lot of information or additional information. It is able to give you the operating system that is running on a particular machine. So when you do a verbose scan, for example, if you can see in the rest, we can find aside the port, aside the state of the port which shows it is open, aside the services that are running, we have MAC address, and then the MAC address, there is an operating system associated with the MAC address. I don't know whether you guys can see it. Can you guys see this? Hey, is somebody sleeping or what? Let me check. That is coming from Benis.
Sir, please no.
Okay. Okay. I hear. Yeah, so I don't know whether you guys are following with what I am teaching you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, please, we are following, but some of us don't really understand what it is.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry, we will explain it in class. In class, you are going to get the practical because you are going to do it yourself. And then the results that it comes, I will ask you and then you will tell me. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Theoretically, I have to explain to you, but the practical will make you understand it more. Okay? Yeah. Apart from... yeah. So, if you are not understanding, let me not proceed too much. Yeah. Let me see what I can do. Okay, so here I was explaining. Let me explain this, and then maybe I will close the session because some of you are too much quiet. Yeah. So yeah. So I was talking about operating system. Okay. When you ping a system, when you do operating system scan, and then you receive a feedback of TTL64, it is indicating a Linux system. TTL54 can also indicate, we have a lot of systems that are built on Linux. For example, Android. For example, Mac. For example, FreeBSD. Okay? Some of these systems, they are built on Linux. So when you ping a system and then you receive 64, you are able to guess that it is running a Linux-based operating system. It is running maybe a Cisco-based firmware. So Solaris is 225, Cisco is 225, Windows is what? 128. So when you are doing operating system scan, you can use the time to leave to tell which operating system, to guess which operating system it is. Because when you do it, you receive a feedback. Apart from the time to leave, the TCP window size also helps to guess the operating system. So in class, we are going to do all this. Yeah. I have tried to explain the... Yeah, let me... Since you guys are saying, I was planning to end somewhere here, okay, and then continue with scanning beyond IDS and then firewall next week. Yeah. So since you guys are saying you are not really understanding, let me try and end. Yeah. Let me conclude it. Let me go through it in a short time, and then I end the lecture. Yeah. So basically, what I am trying to tell you guys is that in network scanning, it happens after you have done your reconnaissance, your footprinting, and then your reconnaissance. After you are done with your reconnaissance, you will find certain domains which you can convert into IP. You can find certain IPs, and now you want to engage with the target to be able to do what? Find other information. So what you are going to try to do is that you are going to try to scan the host to see whether the host is on or the host is off. If the host is on, what operating systems are running on the host? Is it Windows? Is it Linux? Is it Android? Is it BlackBerry? Is it Solaris? Is it Fedora? Is it Backtrack 5? Or it is Ubuntu? You try to find the open port. You try to find the operating system that is running on the machine. Aside scanning, normally when you scan and then the network is on, the next thing to go for is the open port. How many ports are open there? How many ports are closed? How many ports are half closed? After the open port, you do service scan. What services are running on the port? You find them. Or maybe this is a file transfer protocol service. This is a remote desktop protocol service. Or maybe this is a web BIOS service. Or it is anything at all. After finding the service, you find the operating system that it is running. What operating system? So all this information, you are doing it at the scanning stage. To be able to find out this information, then it helps you to generate your payload. When you are attacking Linux system, the reason why it is very good for you to find the system for you to find the operating system and know whether it is Linux or not, is the way you attack Linux is different from the way you attack Windows. The payload for Linux is different from the payload. So you need to know all this information to be able to generate the appropriate payload to use to exploit the system. So if you are not getting anything at all from this lecture, you should know that in scanning, you are finding other informations like host informations. Like, for example, operating system, the ports that are running, the services that are running, to be able to generate your payload. I don't think this is too hard for you guys to understand. Are you guys there?
Yes, we are.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So I am going to
Yes, please. So please come again with what you just said.
Okay. So what I'm just saying is that in network scanning, when you get on any network, you scan the network, find a particular IP. When you find the IP, then you scan the IP. When you scan the IP, you scan the IP whether the host machine is on or off. The reason why you want to know is you want to make sure it is on so that you can attack it, because you can only attack it when it is on. After discovering the host is now on. Good. The next thing you go for is the port scanning. How many ports are open that you can hack through? After you find the ports that are open, the next thing that you have to do is to go and find the services that are running. For example, yesterday I hacked the desktop because we have a desktop services running in that machine. That is why I was able to hack it. So after finding the service that is running, you find the operating system. Yesterday, I did not go through all these cycles because I was just demonstrating for you guys to see, just to quench some of your test for hacking. But in class, we are going to go through this one by one to be able to do all these things. So after finding the service, you find the operating system. And then now you can be able to do what? Generate your payload accordingly. In the payload generation, that is what you use to gain access. So what we are doing in network scanning is that we are trying to get more information about the target. We are trying to know whether it is on. It is online. If it is online, what ports are open? If some ports are open, what services are running in the port? If the services are running, what operating system are running on currently that machine? So these are the information that we are trying to do what? Find in the scanning phase. And I don't think this thing is too hard. Benis, can you repeat what I said?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so please repeat what I said. Let me see whether you got it.
So you said in the network scanning, when you get any network, the first thing is you scan the IP to see if the host machine is on or off.
Good.
And after that, you find the ports that are open.
Good.
Then the operating systems that are running.
Okay, so after finding the port, you find the services before you go for the operating system. Or you can try to do that one before even. It depends on you. I hope you get it.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Nene, you just joined. I don't know. I am presuming, yeah, you may know some of these things already. Yeah. But is there any problem? Can you let me know, please?
Oh no, Rasmus, I'm okay.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Okay, I was only wondering, going through your TTL and OS list, I didn't see what number comes when you're using a Macintosh. All I could see are Linux-based and Windows and Solaris, but I didn't see what number comes up if the person is using a Macintosh operating system.
Okay. Macintosh, normally it is also 64.
It's also 64, okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But one of the things that I have to say that the number does not always indicate.
Determine the operating system.
You said?
The number does not always determine the operating system.
Yes, good. That is what I want to say. That is it, yeah.
Okay, so how further would you go to be definite about the operating system, since the numbers don't always determine that?
Yeah, so that is why you have to do a verbal scan -v so that you get other information. Like, for example, if you are getting you get other information, the scan will be able to reveal whether for example, the TTL that you have is in relation to Microsoft. If it is in relation to Microsoft, then you can guess that yes, then it is true. That is a Microsoft operating system and it is a Windows operating system.
Okay.
Yeah. So the VerboScan comes with additional information. That is why it is important to be doing the Verbos scans.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. So any other question? Is everybody okay? Because I want to end the lecture somewhere here. So that next week we are going to look at sometimes. Let me show this. Sometimes there are security mechanisms in place and then you cannot scan. The security mechanism will prevent you from scanning. So we have to learn how to scan beyond IDS and then firewalls. Okay, we have to learn how to evade these security implementations so that we can, even though they are there, but still we can scan. Yeah, so next week we will look into this. Yeah, but for now, yeah, if everybody is okay, then let me close the session. Adorable, Jamal, Mr. Victor, yeah, Samson, I don't know. Is everything okay with you guys?
Sir, please, you set the firewalls and then what?
Firewalls and IDS, intrusion detection system. We are going to look at that next week. Yeah. Next week we are going to look at it. Okay. So if everything
Your call has been put on hold. Please wait to be reconnected.
So if everything is good with you guys,
let's make it. Without session also be online.
Yes, that one will be online. So I am trying to treat the theoretical part of scanning online because the system hacking, it is going to be purely practical offline. So next week we are going to meet to do practicals, but when we meet next week, the Sunday, we will complete we are going to do practicals of this scanning thing next week. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
So next week, what we have done here, we are going to do it practically in class. And then after we are done, the Sunday, we will come here again, the same thing online, Sunday, complete the IDS, evading IDS and firewalls theoretically, and then we will go and also do that one online. Go and do that one physically in class.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And then we can continue from there. Yeah. Okay. So if there is nothing, let me close the session unless somebody has something. Jamal, I did not hear from you today. Are you okay? Everything fine?
Yeah, everything is intact. Everything is going well.
Okay, fine. Okay. So if everything is okay, then thank you guys. Thank you for attending. Let me leave the session and then start to upload the video for you guys right now. Okay. Nene, see you. Have a good day. Hello, Nene. Can you hear me? Okay. Bye, guys.